शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै। नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। ॐ नमः परमहंसास्वादित चरणकमलचिन्मकरन्दाय भक्तजनमानसनिवासाय श्रीरामचन्द्राय ॐ। So we finished 18th sarga in the last session. We will start with the 19th sarga. I should have I should have made a correction in the previous sessions itself. I forgot. In the last session, I should have said it. That is, there was a word called rathya in 18th sarga. I interpreted as rathya means street people, and I also made a mistake of saying that Tikakaras, one of the Tikakaras has said like that. Actually, none of the Tikakaras have said it. In fact, Rathyaha does not mean street people. Rathyaha means streets. So streets, something like streets in which Rathas can go, some bigger kind of roads. I made a mistake, so I should have corrected that. Why I said Rathyaha means street people? Because so there is a shloka like that in Padmanabha Shatakam, which I used to enjoy while I was in Trivandrum. It is a beautiful set of 100 verses. So in that Rathya Jana Vadavat Bhaven Mithya Ramavallabha, there is a shloka like that. So there that samskara was in my mind and I made that mistake. There also Rathyaha does not mean street people. Rathya Jana is there. So Rathya Jana means street people. Rathya means street only. Rathyaha means streets. So that correction, I'm sorry, so I should have made. So we will start with the 19th sarga. So importantly, we were trying to look at the story of Ramayana also with an adhyatmic angle. So that way, what did we, or rather, what did I say, is that Dasharatha now represents this person who thinks that there is no Deha Vyatirikta Atma, but now due to some Shruti's Anugraha, he has now come to know that yes, there is some Deha Vyatirikta Atma, and that Deha Vyatirikta Atma has now born in him, quote unquote, born in him. There is that Deha Vyatirikta Atma always within the Deha, but now that Deha Vyatirikta Atma is also there. Now that Deha Vyatirikta Atma has been accepted by this, whatever this person, Dasharatha, in fact, without the Atma, there is no person anyway, but he used to think like that. The person thinks like that earlier. Now that he knows that there is a Deha Vyatirikta Atma, he still, so that's not the end. So that's the first step. What's the next step? The next step is to do Dharma Charana. So he does not want to employ that Atma himself, but he thinks it is something different. So he does not want to employ that Atma into Dharma Charanam. He still wants to say, no, I want to engage in so Shreya and Preya, like Kathopanishad says, two things are there. So I want to engage in Preya only. So I want to something like how Dasharatha is saying, I will keep the Atma for myself. That is, I will keep Rama to myself. He's not ready. He's too attached. So when there is Raga Dveshas, then there is no scope for Dharma. Dharma comes when you are able to cross over Raga Dveshas. In fact, Dharma comes as a tool for you to cross over Raga Dvesha. So that is the state of this person now. So that is why when Vishwamitra is asking for Rama, so he's not able to give. In fact, you will see the greatness of Rama in this. So the declaration of greatness of Rama in this sarga, and then in after, so this is 19th sarga where Vishwamitra will ask for Rama. This is a small sarga we will finish today. So Vishwamitra will ask for Rama here, and then in the next sarga, so there will be a breakdown. Dasharatha will break down at the end of this sarga, and again he will regain some consciousness, and then he will tell Vishwamitra in the next sarga that I cannot do this. And then in 20th, so 21st sarga, Vasishtha will do an upadesha to Dasharatha about Rama's greatness. So in this sarga, you will see some hints about Rama's greatness, and in 21st sarga, you will see very beautifully that is the beauty of Valmiki. I thought I will tell this at the end of the sarga, but end of today's class. But since I started, let me say it now. So he tells Dasharatha, he does Upadesha to Dasharatha. That Upadesha it has two meanings. So some of those shlokas you can interpret it two ways. It looks like he is praising Vishwamitra, but at the same time he is actually showing Dasharatha the greatness of Rama. So that Rama is Sakshat Brahma only. That is what actually Vasishtha is telling. So it gives, so even for an ordinary reader, if you take out those 21st chapter shlokas, you will be able to see. So Vasishtha's Upadesha is there. So you will see at the end of this chapter, I thought in fact I will end that way and ask you people, what do you feel about the description of Dasharatha there? It's very evident, like how Arjuna feels at the end of first chapter in Bhagavad Gita. So Vepathuscha Sharire me Roma Harshascha Jayate Gandivam Samsrate Hastat and things like that. And then, so Vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudanaha. Sanjaya says just before Krishna starts Bhagavad Gita Upadesha, so tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam Vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudanaha. Exactly the same state is what Dasharatha is in at the end of the Sarga. You will see that. And then later Vasishtha will do an Upadesha to Dasharatha, like even Krishna did an Upadesha to Arjuna. I thought I will make these comments later, but let me just make them now. So what does Vasishtha do? What is the Upadesha that Vasishtha does? Is he makes an Upadesha of Dharma. So what Upadesha did Krishna give to Arjuna? If you think about it, so it looks like there are two different kinds of upadeshas that he did. That it looks like that Krishna gave an upadesha of dharma. He said, this is your dharma, fighting is your dharma, so go and fight. At the same time, it also looks like he spoke of great philosophy. So even about adhyatma shastra he spoke. So kshetragnim chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata and things like that. So that half shloka is equal to a mahavakya in fact. So kshetragnim chapi mam vidhi, such things also he said. So it looks like two different teachings have been given, but that is not true. So of course, so great acharyas, so Shankaracharya's greatness is in that fact that he does not look upon these chapters as standalone chapters. So modern day acharyas want to look up at Gita like that, but what Shankara does is he shows very nicely how each of those chapters are interlinked. So there are various ways that way in which you can see that actually it's only one teaching. It's not two different teachings that Krishna is giving. So one way also the similar strain of Upadesha that Vasishtha also gives here, that he also does dharma upadesha he is doing. At the same time there is some adhyatma tinge that, so in Valmiki Ramayana it's not so explicit. That is Valmiki style, like I've been telling always. So but then you will even that way, even all that said, you will see that it is relatively more explicit than at other places in the Ramayana. So there is Jnanopadesha and Dharmopadesha also. So what I am trying to say is, in a way, Dharmacharanam ultimately makes sense only when this Jagat being Mithya. Dharmacharanam only makes sense only when it's leading you towards Antahkarana Shuddhi, which is required for Atma Jnana, which is ultimately required to know that this Jagat is Mithya and Brahman or Atma is alone Satyam. Only in that context we see Dharmacharanam. So it's politically very incorrect to say that I should follow Dharma because it will give me Antahkarana Shuddhi. Maybe it's politically incorrect to say, because people will say you should follow Dharma for Dharma's sake. That is also true. You should, so to say that I am following Dharma because it will lead me to moksha, so they say that's a selfish kind of thing. So in sociology, things like that. So but that is not perhaps how we look at it. We look at Dharma, in fact Veda also, Shruti as Mata also points out to Dharma, all these yajnas and yagas that it is telling. It only tells you so that it gives you Antahkarana Shuddhi. That is the aim of all this Dharma Charanam that Mahatmas and Shrutis and Smriti, all of them Smritis are propounding. So something like that Vasishtha also will eventually do. He is giving Dharmopadesha. At the same time, there is relatively more explicit Brahmopadesha also in the teaching. You will see very beautifully in 21st chapter. Here also in 21st Sarga, in this Sarga also there is a declaration, very famous statement by Vishwamitra. Let us not guess, when it comes it will come. So that is where we are standing now. So we will see, like we have already seen in the last Sarga, Vishwamitra has come and Dasharatha is indeed really happy that such a great Mahatma has come. And if this Mahatma has come, that means my life has become blessed because he will now give me an opportunity to serve him. So with that genuine happiness, Dasharatha has spoken so much, and Vishwamitra is also very happy that he is sure that Dasharatha will fulfill what he is come to ask for. What he has come to ask for, we know, but that's not yet stated in the text itself. It is going to be stated in this sarga. Atha ekonavimsha sargah tachrutva rajasimhasya vakyam adbhuta vistaram Hrishta Roma Mahateja Vishwamitra Bhyabhashata tachrutva rajasimhasya vakyam adbhuta vistaram. Tad adbhuta vistaram vakyam shrutva rajasimhasya means Dasharathasya That adbhuta vistaram. Adbhutam means it's amazing, so very nice, pleasing words. And vistaram, so vistaram means very elaborately Dasharatha has expressed his happiness, you know. So adbhuta vistaram can also mean, together you can take it as one word, or you can understand differently also, that it's very pleasing to hear, amazing words, and very elaborately Dasharatha has expressed his happiness at seeing Vishwamitra, at Vishwamitra's arrival. So those words, Shrutva, having heard those words, who? Hृष्टरोमा Mahateja, that Mahateja Vishwamitra, Hृष्टरोma means, so what we say, so he's having those goosebumps out of happiness, such kind of Vishwamitraha Abhyabhashata, he spoke back in return. Now that Dasharatha has said such grand words, Vishwamitra is also happy, and it is only, so he's going to say all those things. It is only it's only appropriate that you, coming from this great dynasty, you say such things. So he's also very happy that Dasharatha is going to fulfill his words. सदृशं राजशार्दूल तवैव भुवि नान्यतः महावंशप्रसूतस्य वसिष्ठव्यपदेशिनः सदृशं तव sadrisham. So it's appropriate of you, it's very befitting of you, Rajashardula, hey, best amongst kings. Bhuvi nanyataha, so tavaiva sadrisham, in this entire earth, in Bhuvi tavaiva sadrisham, only you can speak such words, nanyataha, so nobody else can speak such words. So why is it like that? Your Mahavamsha prasutasya tava, so that means you are born in this great Vamsha, Raghuvamsha, you know, Ikshvaku's lineage. So this is a great lineage which is known for keeping up their word and being very generous and magnanimous. So you are also born in that Vamsha. It's only appropriate that you speak such words, and nobody else can also speak in this world in this way. And then not only you are born in this great lineage, but also Vasishtha Vyapadeshinaha, you people born in this lineage are all having Vasishtha as your guru. Vasishtha keeps doing Upadesha to you, so he keeps teaching you. Such people, so you belong to such lineage, and so it's only appropriate that you speak such magnanimous words. यत्तु मे हृद्गतं वाक्यं तस्य कार्यस्य निश्चयं कुरुष्व राजशार्दूल भव सत्य प्रतिश्रवः. So yattu me hridgatam vakyam, so that vakyam, so or whatever I want to say, that which is there within my heart, he has not yet said, you know. So this is how people approach also when they say, so he says, you know, can you do me a favor? Then you say, okay, tell me, I will do. Then you say, no, you first give me your word, then I will tell you. So something like that Vishwamitra is also doing. Yattu me hridgatam vakyam, that which I have, those words or the purpose which I have in my heart. So tasya karyasya, of that work which I have in my mind, nishchayam kurushva. So nishchayam means you give me your word that I will definitely do. Nishchayam kurushva means you give me your word that I will definitely do it. Then Rajashardula, hey best amongst kings Dasharatha, Satya Pratishhravaha Bhava. So not only you give me a word that you will do it, but also after giving the word I will tell you, and then you also do it. So Satya Pratishhravaha Bhava means, so be that person whose words are always, what should I say, fulfilled by him. That means he stands by his promises. So become such a person. Satya Pratishhravaha Bhava means be a person who stands by his promises, by his words. So become like that. अहम नियममातिष्ठे सिद्ध्यर्थम पुरुषर्षभा तस्य विघ्नकरौ द्वौ तु राक्षसौ कामरूपिणौ. So aham niyamamatishthe, so hey Dasharatha, I have siddhyartham, so Purusharshava, hey great Dasharatha, so aham niyamamatishthe, I have undertaken a niyama, that means I have undertaken a yajna to be done. Atishthe, I have undertaken that. So siddhyartham means I have some. So what is that siddhi here? Siddhi means some purpose. So with some purpose in mind, I have undertaken a yaga. So you can say siddhyartham means for loka kalyanartham, I have undertaken a yaga. So Purusharshabha, tasya vighna karau dvautu rakshasau kamarupinau. So tasya means, so that niyamasya or yagasya vighna karau. So two. So vighna karau is dvandva. There are two people who are causing harm to that or vignas to that yaga. So dvautu rakshasau. So they are two rakshasas who are causing vignas, and they are kamarupinau. Kamarupinau means they can take any form that they wish to take. So how do we understand this kamarupinau? So if you take in an earthly sense or in a mundane sense, so you can say that these people are very good at what is that word? So they can always impersonation. So they are very good at impersonations. Or if you don't want to look at it, so ideally if you look at Ramayana with as mundane sense as possible, then maybe it's even more good. But even otherwise you can say that okay, they are rakshasas, they have some shakti they have through which they can change their mind. So for example in like in what is that, in Harry Potter we have this So there's some word, so people can change forms, so they can change into a cup or into a whatever, into another animal and things like that. So some kind of that shakti those people have, you can take it that way. So what is the reason? How are they causing vighna? That he is explaining now. व्रते तु बहुशश्चीर्णे समाप्त्यां राक्षसाविमौ मारीचश्च सुबाहुश्च वीर्यवन्तौ सुशिक्षितौ तौ तौ मांसरुधिरौघेन वेदिं तामभ्यवर्षताम् अवधूते तथा भूते तस्मिन्नियमनिश्चये कृतश्रमो निरुत्साहस्तस्मात् देशाद् अपाक्रमे. So vrate tu bahushashchirne chirne means completion. So bahushashchirne means when almost is getting completed. So vrate tu, that vrata, that yaga, bahushashchirne, when almost it is getting completed, samaptyam, at the time of completion. So almost it is getting completed and they are coming then, and while it is getting completed, while purnahuti or something, samaptyam rakshasa imau rakshasau, these two rakshasas, what are they doing? Now what are their names? Marichascha Subahuscha. So Maricha and Subahu, that is their names. Viryavanto, they have great Virya prowess. Sushikshitau means they are very well trained in disturbing people. So there will be some people who are very well trained, experts in causing vignas to other people. These people are like that. Sushikshitau means well trained. Shikshitau means trained, or they are nicely studied or trained in this discipline. Sushikshitau, very nicely trained in causing vignas. What are they doing? These two rakshasas, samaptyam tau mamsarudhiraughena vedim tam abhyavarshatam. So with flesh and with with blood and such things. So tau, those two people with flesh and blood, such things. Vedim tam vedim, that yajna vedi, that yajna whatever, that altar. So abhyavarshatam, they are showering, they are raining flesh and blood, etc. All those things they are raining exactly around the samapti time. They are doing that. Avadhute tatha bhute tasmin niyamanischye कृताश्रमो निरुत्साहस तस्मात् देशात् अपक्रमे. So avadhute tatha bhute, avadhute means, so avadhuta, actually avadhuta, as we use the term, means that for those for whom all these bonds have been removed away or broken away. So here also it means something like that, but it's in the context of that yaga, that yaga is getting, so all the holiness that it is having, all that is going off because these people are doing like that. So avadhute means that yaga is breaking away, so that yaga's purpose is being defeated. Avadhute tatha bhute, tatha bhute means by that mamsa and rudhira, that varsha, this is becoming impure or something like that. Tasmin niyamanischye, so in that yajna, while these people are doing like that, it is becoming avadhuta, that is, it is becoming impure. So and then what's happening? Kritashramaha, so I am becoming kritashramaha. Kritashramaha means, so only shrama is left. Shrama is the result that I have got by doing all this. Later he will tell that yaga is going to be for 10 days. For 10 days I am doing this yaga. On the last day, at the almost at the time of completion, these people are coming and doing this unholy act. So what is remain? 10 days I am doing the yaga and only the effort is left. So kritashramaha means one who has done efforts, but what it means here is that, so after doing so much and these people come and defile it, so I'm only becoming only efforts are, so the efforts that I put are remaining, so nothing is going to come out of that yaga. It's becoming like that. Therefore nirutsaha, so I'm losing my utsaha. So how do I translate? So nirutsaha means I am losing, so that whatever, so nirutsaha you can understand, right? So I'm losing the utsaha in all this, so I'm getting disappointed, something like that. So therefore tasmat deshad apakrame, so from that desha or from my ashrama I am coming away. So I have come out, so I have come to you, so to ask for help. So tasmat deshad apakrame, like we say in Tamil. So when there are dushta, so dushtala kanda dura velaganam, so if those dushtas are there, you go away from those places. So something like that Vishwamitra is doing. Tasmat deshad apakrame, from that desha I have come away. न च मे क्रोधमुत्स्रष्टुं बुद्धिर्भवति पार्थिव तथा भूता हि साचर्य न शापस्तत्र मुच्यते. So maybe you might ask, hey Dasharatha, you might ask me, okay, you are a great tapasvi, why don't you give them your shapa? So he's telling, न च मे क्रोधमुत्स्रष्टुं बुद्धिर्भवति, हे पार्थिवा, हे king, हे Dasharatha, न च मे क्रोधमुत्स्रष्टुं बुद्धिर्भवति, I am not getting the thought, बुद्धिर्भवति. So न च मे बुद्धिर्भवति, I am not getting the thoughts to let loose krodha on them. Krodham utsrashtum, utsrashtu means letting loose. So krodham utsrashtum buddhir bhavati, I am not getting the thought to let loose anger on them. Why? Tatha bhuta hi sacharya. Sacharya, that yajna which I have undertaken, is tatha bhuta. It is of such form that I should not get angry. Tatha bhuta hi sacharya. That yajna is such a yajna where I should not get angry. Therefore, I am not getting the buddhi that I have to. So I'm not getting anger that I have to let loose on them. Therefore, nashapas tatra muchyate. So only if there is anger, there will be shapa, and I am not getting anger. Why am I not getting anger? Because the yaga is of such form that I should not get anger. See, that is the control that Vishwamitra had on his let's say on his mind. So because the yaga is saying you should not get angry, even though the act of those asuras is very heinous, still he doesn't get angry. Why? Because he has that control over his mind. So tatha bhuta hi sacharya, because the yaga is of such form that I should not get angry, I am not getting angry, and because I can't get angry, because there is no anger, there is no shapa also. स्वपुत्रं राजशार्दूल रामं सत्यपराक्रमं काकपक्षधरं वीरं ज्येष्ठं मे दातुमर्हसि. So now he is telling what does he actually want with all this. Swaputram, hey Rajashardula, hey best amongst King Raja Dasharatha. Swaputram, your own son, Ramam, that Rama, Satyaparakramam. Satyaparakramam means, so like I've been, so Satyaparakramam is coming again and again. Satyaparakramam means one whose parakrama is never lost. So that's Satyaparakramam. Kakapaksha So this Kakapaksha dharam, now it has come. It will keep coming again and again as an adjective for Rama. So perhaps, I think this came earlier also. So perhaps Rama is somebody who had a nice hairstyle. So what is this Kakapaksha dharam? Many people have translated it in many ways. So all the Tikakaras, what they are telling is, so the shikha that is there over the cheeks, so that is called Kakapaksha. So Rama has beautiful, so we have something called Panchashikha. So Panchashirshopanayane Vinyogaha, we have mantras like that. So Panchashirshopanayana, it's called when Upanayana is done, they keep Panchashikhas on the head and things like that. So some Tikakaras are lighting like that. So that Panchashikha, all the three Tikakaras have described Kakapaksha means that Shikha which is going down from the cheeks. So over the cheeks it is coming. You can take it that way, or in a more modern sense, perhaps you can understand it as though he has long side locks. That's why if you see in movies and things like that, Rama will be shown as though having long side locks, because this Kakapaksha Dharam, they have interpreted it like that. So our Valmiki Ramayana.net person has interpreted Kakapaksha Dharam to mean that his hair is black like crow's wings. Did somebody type something? Transfiguration. Okay, that was. So Kakapaksha Dharam, these people have Valmiki Ramayana.net person has interpreted that way, that his hair is black in color like the wings of the crow. So crow, other parts of the crow, if you have observed a crow, the neck and face are a little more gray. It's not as black as the wings itself. So when you're saying Kakapaksha Dharam means his hair is as black as the wings of the crow, outer wing. So as I saw the translation, I immediately googled and checked crow's wings. So crow's wings from the inner side, if you see, it will be still gray in color. From the outer side it looks black in color. So people who only see the outer side, so you should take like that, the outer wings of the crow is black in color, so his hair is jet black like that. But the Tikakaras are giving this explanation. Kakapaksha means the shikha that is flowing down through the cheeks, so he has nice side locks. Some people interpret Kakapaksha dharam means very curly hair. So these Pauranikas interpret like that. Rama had very curly hair and things like that. So all that is fine. This Kakapaksha dharam will keep coming again and again as a adjective to Rama. Kakapaksha dharam Veeram, so great Veera. Jyeshtham, so Jyeshtham Putram, Swam Jyeshtham Putram, Swaputram Jyeshtham means your elder son. Me Datum Arhasi, so you should give me Datum Arhasi. So this Datum Arhasi is also standard prayoga that we see in our literature. So Datum Arhasi means you should give me, that's the meaning. So Datum Arhasi strictly means, so you have that adhikara to give me, that means you should give me, that's the meaning. Datum Arhasi. शक्तो ह्येष मया गुप्तो दिव्येन स्वेन तेजसा राक्षसाये विकर्तारस्तेषामपि विनाशने. So some hints Vasishtha is dropping. Esha Shaktaha, he Esha Shaktaha, this person is empowered. So Shaktaha means, so he has Shakti. So one who has Shakti, Shaktiman. Mayinam tu Maheshwaram, Mayam tu Prakritim Vidhi, Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. So like Mayi, Maheshwara, so one who wields over Maya, so that he is this person. So Shaktaha, this meaning I am giving, okay, not the Tikakaras. So Shaktaha means he is very powerful, of course. So they are also hinting at that meaning only. Shaktaha Yesha Maya Guptaha. So he's by himself, Svena Divyena Tejasa, by his own Tejas, he's Shaktaha. He has that great power to vanquish these warriors by himself. Also Maya Guptaha, and I am also protecting him. Maya means, one of the Tikakaras is telling Pitru Sadarshana, I am also, so Rama is like my son also. So with that extra care I give him, the extra protection I will also protect him. So Svena Tejasa, Svena Divyena means, so Tilakakara is telling Vaishnava Tejasa. So that Vishnu's Tejas this Rama is having, by his own Tejas he is powerful anyway, and I am also protect him. Therefore Rakshasaye Vikartaras Teshamapi Vinashane. So what he is having power to vanquish any enemy. What to speak about these two Rakshasas who are causing Vignas to me. So Rakshasaha Hiesha Vikartaraha Rakshasaha. So these people, Vikartaraha means Vignakartaraha, these Rakshasas, Tesham api Vinashane. So what to speak? Tesham api Vinashane means in the Vinashana of those Rakshasas also. So these people are coming with their army, I suppose. So in those to conquer or destroy those Rakshasas also, he's having great power. What to speak of these people? That's the meaning. So Tesham api Vinashane. Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami Bahurupam na samshayah त्रयाणामपि लोकानां येन ख्यातिं गमिष्यति. So interestingly, this shloka Shreyashchasmai Pradasyami Bahurupam na samshayah is one of those rare instances where Tilakakara writes great detailed Vyakhya as against the other two Vyakhyacaras. Usually the other two Vyakhyacaras go into great detail and great writing, but here Tilakakara is going into great detail. Why? So interestingly, as students of Vedanta, for us, because this word Shreyaha has come. So like I said in the beginning of today's session also, Shreyaha, Preyaha, this is the language of Kathopanishad. So some Upanishads have some very standard phrases. So one of those phrases of Kathopanishad is Shreyaha and Preyaha. Shreyascha, Preyascha, Manushyame tau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha. So there are mantras like that. So Shreyaha and Preyaha. So Shreyaha means the ultimate good. The ultimate good means Atma Jnanam only. That is what this Tikakara is writing in that great length. So Preyaha means whatever is otherwise good. Apart from Atma Jnanam, everything is only Preyaha only, including Dharma and things like that. But these Dharma Charanam is Arad Upakarakam, we say. Eventually it will take you to Shreyaha. But Shreyaha means ultimately Atma Jnanam only is ultimate Shreyaha. So Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami. Ultimately Atma Jnanam I will see to it. So you should remember, in yesterday's session I told you, so Tilakakara brings about Yoga Vasishtha in that context where Dasharatha thinks that I should get these people married. So why did he think like that? Because these people are having great Vairagya, and he thought this Vairagya will go if I get them married. So he thought that way, and then but Vishwamitra knows that that is genuine Vairagya. So Atma Jnanam has to be imparted upon him because he has Vairagya. And then again he says some Purana stories, but he's Vishnu, how can he not have Atma Jnanam? So some Sanat Kumara Shapa, something was there because of which he forgot. Now he will remind him. So Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami means, so you get him here, so I will examine him. That's how Yoga Vasishtha proceeds actually when Rama comes. So Vishwamitra will observe that he is having great Vairagya, and then he will request Vasishtha, please why don't you teach him? So that's how Yoga Vasishtha starts. So that's what so Tilakakara is telling, this is the hint here. Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami. Asmai means to him, to this Rama, Shreyaha Pradasyami. Shreyaha Pradasyami means I will bestow Shreya. But then bestow Shreya means how? Through Vasishtha Upadeshena. I will request Vasishtha to do Upadesha to him. So therefore, Shreyaha Pradasyami, that way. Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami Bahurupam na samshayaha. So Bahurupam na samshaya means definitely. So in a more ordinary sense, Shreyaschasmai Pradasyami means I will do welfare. Ultimately, good will happen to him if you send me with, so send him with me. So Bahurupam, Tilakakara is also telling Bahurupam. So I will give not only Shreyaha but Preyaha also will happen. So other kinds of seemingly Shreyas. So the Bahurupam Shreyas means the seeming Shreyas, which is, so if you send him with me, he will get these Shastrastra Vidyas, he will get, so all the great Astras I will teach him, I will get him married and such things, and ultimate Shreyas also I will give. So that is what he is telling them. So very nice statement. He writes very elaborate Vyakhya here. So for Bahurupam Shreyas, he tells what are those, so Astra Vidya and Vivaha and such things. But he writes one very nice statement. So what is ultimate Shreyas? He gives a long discussion on what is ultimate Shreyas and concludes with a nice statement. Jiva Paramatmanor yas sanyogaha upadhi nirgama rupaha sa param Shreya iti tadarthaha. So between this Jiva and Paramatma, or take Ishvara, the Param Shreyas is this Upadhi Bheda, which is distinguishing this Jiva and Paramatma, that going away of the Upadhi. That means Going away means it is an avidyakrita upadhi. So something that is avidyakrita is actually not existing. So that which is there due to ignorance actually doesn't exist. So अज्ञान से जो होता है वो असल में नहीं होता. So when jnana comes, if something is going away, that means it is not exactly, it has not anyway been there. So when that upadhi is going away, then that is the only ultimate shreya, is what this Tikakara is telling. Anyway, shreyas chasmai pradasyami bahurupam na samshayaha. So in a general sense also you can take that if he comes, if you send him with me, all good will happen to him without doubt. Na samshayaha bahurupam shreyas. So various kinds of good things will happen to me if you say. So I will bestow upon him if you send him with me. And then trayanam api lokanam yena khatim gamishyati. So with that shreyas that I will give him, with all the good things that I will bestow upon him, he will get khyati, fame in trayanam api lokanam. So yena khyatim gamishyati, by which he will gain khyati, fame in all the three lokas. Such kind of shreyas I will do to him if you send him along with me. न च तौ राममासाद्य शक्तौ स्थातुं कथञ्चन न च तौ राघवादन्यो हन्तुमुत्सहते पुमान्. So न च तौ, so you might think, but he's a small kid, what will he do? They are great rakshasas, you are telling, but what will these two, what will Rama the kid do? So don't get such doubts. न च तौ राममासाद्य शक्तौ स्थातुं कथञ्चन. So Ramamasadya means, so having come across Rama, or having met Rama in the duel. Asadya means, so having approached, literally it means, but Rama Asadya means if these people meet Rama, so if they come across Rama, then Nachatau Sthatum Shaktau, there is no way which they will remain alive after that. Kathanchana, in no way they can remain alive once they meet Rama in a duel. Nachatau Raghavadhanyo Hantum Utsahate Puman. So you might say, okay, so if that is your purpose to kill those Rakshasas, you might say all these things he will tell. But then he is even guessing already, Vishwamitra, that you might say that why don't you take some Sainikas from here instead of asking for Rama. So he is telling Nachatau Raghavad Anyo Hantum Utsahate. Anyaha Puman, Raghavad Anyaha Puman. Any other person apart from this Rama, they cannot kill this Marichan Subahu. Hantum Utsahate. They are not capable of killing this Marichan Subahu. Any other person apart from Rama cannot kill this Marichan Subahu. वीर्योत्सिक्तौ हितौ पापौ कालपाशवशङ्गतौ रामस्य राजशार्दूल न पर्याप्तौ महात्मनः. So if anybody has this pata called paryaptaha or paryapto mahatmanaha instead of paryapto, please let me know. If it is there, to me it looks like it's a print mistake in my book based on the tikas. If somebody has, let me know. So Viryotsikto hitau papau, those papau. So these two people, they are calling as, Vishwamitra is calling them as papa only. So calling them, so actually they should be papatma or something like that. They have papa in them, but then they have so much papa that is as good as these people are papa only. So embodiments of papa only. Viryotsikto. That means they are arrogant because of their power. Such two people who are embodiments of Papa. So Kalapasha Vashangatau. So they have they have reached, they have entered the what should I say, the grip of Kalapasha. So Pasha means grip. So Kalapasha Vashangatau. They have entered the grip of that Kala. That means their end time has come. So these people are like that. Ramasya Rajashardula Naparyapto Mahatmanaha. They are in no way enough in front of Rama's prowess. So they are in front of Rama's prowess, they are nothing. Naparyapto means they are not sufficient to meet Rama in prowess. Ramasya Rajashardula, hey Rajashardula, hey great King Dasharatha, Mahatmanaha Ramasya Naparyapto. They are not a match for that Mahatma Rama in prowess. So again, you might think that, he's a child. What do you? So you are imagining that Rama has great power. I am his father. I know him. Please don't think like that. You might think like that. You might not know Rama's greatness, or you might have some attachment towards Rama. So he's telling, don't have those things in the next shloka. Nacha putra gatam sneham kartum arhasi parthiva aham te pratijanami hatauto vidhi rakshasau. Acha putragatam sneham kartum arhasi. So putragatam sneham means attachment. So sneham, attachment towards towards your son, this Rama. Nacha kartum arhasi. Hey Parthiva, hey king, don't have this attachment towards your son. So don't have this attachment towards your son can also be interpreted to mean that due to your attachment towards Rama, you are seeing him as a small child, your son, you are seeing like that, but he's a great Mahatma. You will see that in Mahatma's lives also, their parents will think, oh, he's still a small child and things like that, they will not know the greatness. Why? Because of some great attachment or whatever, great love to them, they see them as small people. So out of that love, you might think that Rama does not have such great power or anything. So don't think like that. Or the other way, the more simple way of understanding is to say, don't have any attachment towards him, just send him along with me. Aham te pratijanami hatau to vidhi rakshasau. So Vishwamitra is telling, I know those two Rakshasas are already dead. The moment I have come to ask for Rama, the moment Rama comes with me, those who just understand that I have come here means those Rakshasas are already dead. Hatau tau vidhi, tau Rakshasau, those two Rakshasas, hatau vidhi. So understand that they are already dead. So aham te pratijanami. So I know that I know those Rakshasas, and then I know that they are as good as they are dead. So aham te pratijanami can also mean that I am giving you my word. So te means tvam you should take. So aham, so I am giving you my word that those people are already dead. Those two Rakshasas, consider them as already dead. Now this beautiful statement. So aham vedmi mahatmanam ramam satya parakramam vasishthopi mahateja eche me tapasi sthitaha. So you might ask, how do you know that Rama has this great power? So he's telling, aham vedmi, I know. Aham vedmi mahatmanam ramam satyaparakramam. I know the greatness of Rama. I know he's a mahatma, Rama, and he's satyaparakrama. I know his greatness. And then you might say, oh, you are saying like that because you have some purpose, you have some work, therefore you will praise that Rama. You want him, so you will praise him. No, don't think like that. Vasishthopi mahateja. This Vasishtha also knows. So Vasishtha also knows, and yeche me tapasi sthitaha. All these tapasvis in your court, they also know. So this Vasishtha api is there, Vasishthopi mahateja when he's telling. So it means that maybe you are thinking that I have some purpose in mind, therefore I am praising him. But this Vasishtha is, so we have history of some enmity. Api is there. So even my enemy knows. So if it's really a mithya vakya, if it's a lie, then my enemy will immediately tell that no, he's telling a lie. Immediately he'll point out, but this Vasishtha, though he has a history of enmity, he also will tell you, yes, Rama is such a great person. Satyaparakramam Ramam Mahatmanam Aham Vedmi Vasishthopi. So he also knows Vasishthopi Mahateja Yeche me tapasi sthitaha. So here now, so you can guess. So Tikakaras go nicely into what is this Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam. So this Mahatmanam, Shiromani Kara is giving 3-4 meanings. We will see, because it's a simple small chapter. We will see 1 or 2 meanings of that. So Mahatmanam means Mahaha Sarva Pujaniyaha Atma Swarupam Yasya. So Mahatma means his Swarupa is such that all people worship him. Sarva Pujaniyaha, his Swarupa is like that. So that Mahaha means Sarva Pujaniyaha, and Atma means Swarupa. So Mahatma means his Swarupa is such that everybody worship him. So this is the Dhvani. So what is Dasharatha thinking? Dasharatha is thinking, yeah, he has great prowess. That is what Vishwamitra is telling. But Valmiki, what he wants you to know, that he's telling that, yeah, I know that Rama is in fact Bhagavan Ishvara himself. So that is one Mahatma. So Kincha Mahanam Sarvapujyanam Atmanam Niyantaram. So Mahatma means, so he is the Niyanta, he is the Lord, or he is the indweller of even great people. So Mahanam Sarvapujyanam. So even of great Sarvapuja, great holy people, he is the Lord of even those people, of Devatas, etc. He is Lord of even those people. One more meaning is Mahan Sakshat Swaprakasha Brahmadwara Brahmadinam cha Sarvatra Paripurnaha Atma Swarupam Yasya. So Shiromani Kara is not exactly a Vedantin, but he is giving some other meaning. So he is also, so as Brahma, he is also the Antaryami of, as Brahma, Parabrahma, he is the Antaryami even of Chaturmukha Brahma, etc. So that is Mahatma, that is one word. So we can also understand Mahatma in one sense. So Atma means, so Eshate Antaryami Atma. So there are some mantras like that in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Ishvara is also called Atma in that context. And then when you say Mahatma, so Ishvara is Paramatma, that is Nirguna Brahman with Mayopadhi. And when you add this Maha or Parama, such kind of, what should I say, prefixes, then the Upadhi is removed and only that Shuddha Brahman remains. So Mahatmanam Rama means he is Shuddha Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, he is, I know him, that he is Nirguna Brahma. So that is what he is trying to say. And then Govinda Raja has some very interesting, not very pleasing at least to me, but we cannot have such kind of desires, I suppose. But then he says, Aham Vedmi means I know. What do you know? So you are a Arthakama person. I am a Dharma Moksha and Dharma pursuit person. You do Putra Kameshti, I do Yajna for Moksha, and such. So what do you know? I know Rama's greatness. You cannot know. So see, he writes 3-4 lines. So how Dasharatha cannot know, but Vishwamitra can know. So such things. So aham bahu gurupasanena labdha jnanaha and things like that. I have known through great gurus and things like that. So I am very satvika pravritti. I have satvika antahkarana. You have rajas antahkarana. How can you know? I know something like that. Govinda Raja is writing. He writes 4-5 lines like that. So be that as it may, also all these people are nicely saying Vedaham etam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasastu pare sarvani rupani vichitya dhiraha namani kritva bhivadanu yadaste. So that mantras are there in Purusha Suktam, etc. So that Vedaham etam purusham mahantam, that Rishi of Purusha Sukta is telling, so I have known that Paramatma. So Vedaham etam purusham mahantam. Mahantam purusham also the same thing. So Purishete, I told you yesterday, etam purusham. So it's like doing abhinaya. So some mantras will be there in Upanishads and Vedas like that, as though it is acting out the meaning to you. Even Shankara, when he writes Bhashyam, sometimes he uses abhinaya as though he's acting out the meaning. So Vedaham etam means he's as though pointing out in this heart that Purusha is there, that Jiva within heart is Mahantam Purusham. So he's actually Brahman alone. So I have had this kind of knowledge, he's trying to say. So all these things these people bring out in the Tikas. And then very nice one more point which Shiromani Kara is studying, that in Kenopanishad there is a mantra Yasya Matam Tasya Matam Matam Yasya Naveda Saha. In Kenopanishad it is said that he who claims that I have known Brahman has not known, but he who says that no, how can we know Brahman? Brahman is unknowable and things like that. So he has indeed known Brahman. So such kind of mantras are there in Kenopanishad. That being the case, then how can Vishwamitra claim Aham Vedmi, I have known? So if he says I have known, then it means that he has not known according to Kenopanishad and things like that. So he gives some parihara to that, because he says no, that so that mantra of Kenopanishad means you cannot know the greatness or the Aishwarya of Ishvara completely, you cannot know. That is the meaning he's saying like that. But of course that is not the meaning that is acceptable to us. We can say Rama is a Saguna Ishvara. Saguna Ishvara, there is scope for knowing somehow, but Nirguna Brahman you cannot know. So Saguna Brahman he is. So I have known that he is Ishvara alone, like that you can say. A lot of discussion goes on in this. So in that way, so one more beautiful thing Govinda Raja says is, so Ramam Satya Parakramam he's telling. So Vishishtadvaitins have this great attachment towards this Paratva and Saulabhya. Saulabhya is, Krishna is supposed to be an embodiment of Saulabhya. Saulabhya is approachability. So he is great Ishvara, Paramatma he is, but then he is playing as though he's that cowherd boy. That is called Saulabhya, approachability. And Paratva is greatness. He is greater than all of us and things like that. This Paratva and Saulabhya are the exclusive qualities of Ishvara according to them. Like even they give example that Chhatra and Chamara are the exclusive insignia or symbols of wherever there is Chhatra and Chamara, you can know that king is there. Like that, Paratva and Saulabhya, wherever they are there, you can know that it is Ishvara alone. It is according to them, whatever Vishnu alone. So that is what he's saying. Ramam. So Rama, he's in front of me. So Vedaham etam. Etam means here in front of me. So Ramam means that. So Saulabhya. And then Satya Parakramam means that Paratva is being mentioned. So a lot of discussion that way is going on. Anyway, we have to finish this sarga. So Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam Vasishthopi Mahateja Yeche me tapasi sthitaha यदि ते धर्मलाभन्तु यशश्च परमं भुवि स्थिरमिच्छसि राजेन्द्र रामं मे दातुमर्हसि. So hey Rajendra, hey Dasharatha, if you want dharmalabham, if you want dharma for yourself, yashascha, if you want fame, paramam yashascha, bhuvi, on this earth, if you want great fame, sthiram, so sthiram yashaha also, so great fame and long standing fame if you want, hey Rajendra, if you ichhasi, if you want, Ramam me daatumarhasi, then you should give Rama to me. So if you want these things, please do give Rama to me. Yadyabhyanugnyam kakutstha dadate tavamantrinaha vasishta pramukha sarve tato Ramam visarjaya. So he's telling, okay, you don't take the decision all by yourself, consult your ministers also, and if they give permission, yadi abhyanugnyam means their consent, the ministers, tavamantrinaha, your ministers, yadi abhyanugnyam dadate, if they give you that permission, hey kakutstha. Kakutstha is again another adjective that is used here. It is used for Dasharatha, but again it will be used for Rama. So that dynasty, people who are coming in that Kakutstha lineage, so they are called Kakutsthas. So he Kakutstha, he Dasharatha, if your ministers give you that permission, then tato Ramam Visarjaya, you leave Rama to me. Vasishta Pramukha Sarve, your ministers. So who are those ministers? Vasishtha and other people there. All those ministers who are there, they are in the assembly already. So if these people give you permission, then you leave Rama to me. That means you send Rama along with me. अभिप्रेतम असंसक्तम आत्मजम दातुमर्हसि दशरात्रम हि यज्ञस्य रामम राजीवलोचनम अभिप्रेतम means so that which I desire. So ishta, what I want. Abhipretam means my desired object, that is Rama here. Abhipretam atmajam, your son, who is born to you, datumarhasi, you have to give me that Rama. And he's asansaktam can mean two things. So asansaktam apparently means that he is now grown up. He is not a child to be attached to his parents. He is now decently grown up. So you should send him along with me. So it will not be a problem. He will not miss his parents or something like that. So asansaktam datum he is not attached anymore. So you don't think how will Rama live away from his father and mother. Don't think like that. So that asansaktam datum but then again Tikakara is also telling asansaktam means so asango hyayam purushaha. Asansaktam means he does not have any sangha with anybody. Who is that which does not have any sangha with anything in this world? It is Ishwar, it is Parabrahma only. So he is Parabrahma only, he is hinting. So abhipretam asansaktam atmajam, your son, datumahasi, you should give me. And then don't think I will take him for a long time. Just 10 days. Yaga is 10 days. Dasharatram hi yajnasya. That yajna is for 10 days. Dasharatram, for 10 nights. So Dasharatram hi yajnasya Ramam Rajivalocanam Datumarhasi. That Rama, Rajivalochana, very beautiful lotus-eyed Rama, you give me for 10 days, 10 nights literally speaking. So for 10 days you give him. That yajna is for 10 days. After 10 days I will come and return to you. Datumarhasi, for 10 days you should give me. नात्येति कालो यज्ञस्य यथायं मम राघव तथा कुरुष्व भद्रन्ते मा च शोके मनः कृताः. नात्येति, so हे Raghava, हे Dasharatha, you quickly take a decision. That's what he's trying to say. Natyeti kalo yajnasya yatha. So ayam mama yajnasya, this yajna of mine, so that it does not get delayed. Natyeti kalaha natyeti means kalaha natikramati. So that it doesn't, my yajna doesn't delay. Like that you do means you take a decision quickly. So yathayam mama Raghava tatha kurushva, you do like that. Bhadramte, good will happen to you. So bhadramte ma shoke manah krithaha. So let your mind not get sorrow. So ma shoke manah krithaha. So don't become sorrowful. Let your mind not be gripped by sorrow. इत्येवम् उक्त्वा धर्मात्मा धर्मार्थ सहितं वचः विरराम महातेजा विश्वामित्रो महामतिः. इत्येवम् उक्त्वा, having said like this, Dharmatma, that Dharmatma Vishwamitra, Dharmartha Sahitam Vachaha iti, Dharmartha Sahitam Vachaha evam uktva. Dharmartha Sahitam means those words which are filled with Dharmartha. So again, Tikakara is telling Dharmartha Sahitam means so I will give him. So Artha means those Astra Shastras he will get from me, and Dharma means he will get married also. Such kind of words he's telling, So you send him with me. I will give him Astras and things like I will do Upadesha, I'll get him married. So he does not explicitly say, but that is the hints. So dharmartha sahitam vachaha simply means so very meaningful words, or you can say dharma itself is the artha for which words, such so very dharmic words you can say, or you can say very meaningful words, or you can take the dhvani which Valmiki wants you to take. So Valmiki always, this is his style, he is as though, so at least that's how the Tikakaras point out, and that's how all Mahatmas interpret also, that he's always hinting that Rama is a great person, he's an avatara, he's Ishvara, and all these people who are talking, they have something else in mind and such things. This is the style of Valmiki perhaps. So dharmartha sahitam vachaha uktva means, so those words which are hinting that Rama will get dharma and artha, that is his vivaha and astra vidya and everything. That's the first thing Vishwamitra will do, is to do upadesha of all those astras and things like that. And the last thing he does is he gets him married to Sita Devi. So dharmartha sahitam vachaha uktva virarama. Now he ended his words. He took a break now. He finished talking. Virarama Mahateja, that Mahatejasvi Vishwamitraha Mahamatihi. So of that Vishwamitra, of that great intellect, that Mahamatihi. So Dharmatma here also means that he is called Dharmatma because he is doing this great yaga, such a Dharmatma, Vishwamitra. Now he has concluded whatever he has to say. Now satan nishamya Rajendro Vishwamitra vachas shubham shokena mahatavishtashchachala cha mumoha cha labdha sanyas tatotthaya vyashidata bhayanvitaha. So satam nishamya Rajendraha, that Rajendra Dasharatha, those words nishamya, satam nishamya, those words having heard, Vishwamitra vachaha, those words of Vishwamitraha, Shubham. So it's what he's asking for is good only, ultimately for Rama's good. So Shreyas Chasme Pradasyami. So those good words, very auspicious kind of words, that having heard those words, Shokena Mahata Vishtaha, he's now empowered by Shoka. So what does it remind you? All these descriptions should remind you of Arjuna. Shokena Mahata Vishtaha, Chachala cha Mumoha cha. So Chachala means he started shivering. So Chachala, and Mumoha means he fainted. So he heard those words, very disturbing to him. At once he just fainted away. Mumohacha labdha sanyas tatho. Labdha sanyaha, again he regained some consciousness, he regained, and then tathothaya. So you should understand that he fainted and fell down on the ground from his seat. He was sitting on his simhasana, then he fell down. So then he got up. Tathothaya Vyashidata Bhayan. Vyashidata means again he collapsed on his chair. So Vyashidantam idam vakyam, Vishidantam idam vakyam, so that is what is Vyashidata also. So that Arjuna collapsed there in his chariot. Here also now Dasharatha collapsed on his seat. Vyashidata Bhayanvitaha. So he is having this great fear. What is this great fear? If I don't send Rama with Vishwamitra, he will curse me. If I send Rama with Vishwamitra, he's a child, and then those people are Rakshasas, God knows what will happen. So that Bhaya is there to this Dasharatha. Yashidata Bhayanvitaha. इति हृदय मनोविदारणं मुनिवचनं तदतीव शुश्रुवान् नरपतिरभवन् महान् महात्मा व्यथितमनाः प्रचचालचासनात्. So iti hridaya mano vidaranam. So these words munivachanam, these words of the muni, how are those words? Those words are hridi mano vidaranam. They are very what should I say, very disturbing. Vidaranam means like something like it is tearing away the heart and mind. So such kind of words, mano vidaranam, very disturbing words of that muni. Tad ativa shushruvan. So that shushruvan, that ativa vidaranam, greatly disturbing words of those muni. Shushruvan, he heard that Dasharatha Narapatihi, the king Dasharatha, Narapatihi Mahan Vyathita Bhavan. So he became somebody whose mind is greatly disturbed. Vyathita Manaha, Mahan Vyathita Manaha Abhavan. He became somebody whose mind is greatly disturbed. Mahatma, that Mahatma Dasharatha, Prachachala Chasanat. He slipped away from his asana once again. Prachachala means he fell down or slipped away from his asana. Asanat Prachachala. इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकिये आदि काव्ये बालकांडे एकोनविंशः सर्गः. So we have finished the 19th sarga. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam tatra tatra kritamastakaanjalim bashpavari paripurnalocanam marutim namata rakshasantakam. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Shri Ramarpanamastu. So like I said, there is dhvani of that of Arjuna of Mahabharata. There is a dhvani here also. So whenever you give in to ragadveshas, you always don't want to perform what is right to you. So there is a tendency to not do your dharma when you give in to ragadveshas. So because of his attachment to Rama here, even Dasharatha is now greatly disturbed by, and then he is disturbed, and therefore he does not want to do what he should rightly be doing. And like I said, the next sarga he is going to say, I cannot do this. And after that, Vishwamitra Vasishtha will do Upadesha to Dasharatha and say, you should not think like that. This Vishwamitra has come for Rama's own good. You should give him, you should send Rama along with him, and things like that. So, Om.